Well, a little while has passed, and we've pretty much got everything set up as needed. So we did get a Quonset hut built for the semi-trucks, but now we're probably going to have to buy some things so we can put our headers out of the weather as well, because I don't want them sitting in there. But nonetheless, I think we're about ready to move on. So we went down with the Fendt, the Ideal, and we actually cut a few rows off just to test the moisture because our corn actually is ready, and it was running about 17%. So we're going to go ahead and get into harvest. So far we didn't do a whole lot. We just did a few rows here and there, basically just to open it up, but nonetheless it is actually cutting really good, and I think we're really going to enjoy this thing. Alright, so we're out of the Ideal. Basically all we're going to do now is bring a couple grain trucks over here and get our auger wagon, because this is the only cornfield we have, and then we'll have quite a few beans to harvest after this. So we got our first Volvo truck over here, and it's pretty much ready to go. So we're going to go ahead, grab the other truck, and then grab our grain cart, and then I think we'll pretty much be ready to roll. We have everything pretty much we need to get started, so we're going to go ahead, jump up in the Ideal, and we're going to take off. Alright, so we're up in here, and I think we're pretty much ready now, so we're going to go ahead and fire everything up. Let's see if we can get this going. So yeah, now we got this going, and we're just going to slowly lead into it. So we're a little over half full, and yeah, this thing is trucking right on along. We are mowing down this corn. This combine is capable of pretty much knocking out more acres than anything, of course, we've ever owned before. With that being said, I'm excited to see how this actually lasts us all season. Hopefully it won't burn down. So our monitor's reading about 81% full, so we're actually going to have to unload soon, so we'll get somebody to bring the grain cart down here so that we can unload into it. But if you would have told me a few months back that we'd be in a Fendt Ideal with a 16-row head, I probably would have laughed in your face. So we're 100% full right now. We got about, I don't know, probably 78 80% around the field pretty much, but nonetheless we gave a ring to the grain cart driver and he's about to pull up. The grain cart driver is finally here, so we're just going to pull this auger up, swing it over, and let it unload. Alright, now that we're unloaded, we could go ahead, fold our auger in, and then we will just jump right back into this field. So we're once at 100% again, and we're once again just going to hang this over the side and let it unload. And then when we finish this little patch right behind us, we're going to go ahead and start letting the grain cart slowly follow us as we harvest. So I actually haven't had the chance to drive this tractor yet. What we're actually going to do is we're going to let the guy that was in the grain cart run the combine and finish up that. He's about to take off, and then we will swap back once I get back. But I kind of just want to see how this thing drives and how it unloads. Alright, so we're pulling up to our first truck, and we're just going to try to hang this over as close as we can get it without spilling any corn. Fingers crossed. Alright, so we've got it unloading, and I will meet you guys back when it is finished. Alright, so we're finally done with that. We'll go ahead, fold the spout in, and by the time we get back over here, he should be done with that little spot. So a little time has passed, and we're actually back up in the combine. The auger wagon driver loved his auger wagon job too much, so we let him back at it. So we're just going to keep chipping away at this until we need a break or until it gets dark. So after we get this field finished, we'll probably have to wait a few days, and we might start on some tillage on this, or we might just no-till it. Nonetheless, we have a bean field that is starting to turn, so hopefully we can be in that sooner than later. So since we've last talked, we've actually got quite a bit done, but everybody is now on break. I went down and grabbed the auger wagon, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to unload the rest of this first truck, and once we fill this up, all we're going to do is take it to the granary to check that everything is scoring good and everything is all right. Alright, now that we have the Fendt combine parked and our auger wagon parked and turned off, we're going to go ahead and run this truck to the granary. I will say, having the automatic tarp is such an upgrade to what we had while we were in Ohio, because all we have to do is press a button in here and it just rolls up. So I forgot to mention to you guys, the combine does run a set of duals on it right now. We did not order it with that. So basically what happened is we had a custom tracks we're going to get put on it, and they didn't come in, but I actually just got a call when we pulled out of the field that they have it ready. So when we finish this corn harvest, we're going to go ahead and load it up on the Landau, and we are going to run it up to the dealership so we can get tracks on our Fendt Ideal combine. And checking our bean field out, those are a lot more ready than what I remember them being. So once we get done with our corn and get the tracks on, we'll be able to hop over in this bean field and harvest our soybeans. So we're pulling into town. Basically all we have to do is get a grain, sample moisture, make sure everything's reading to what we want it from, and then we are actually going to go ahead and unload this first load into the granary. From what I could tell, the grain looked to be clean. There wasn't a whole lot of cracking or mold or anything on it, so I don't think we'll get docked too much. But nonetheless, if this all goes through just fine, we're actually going to go ahead and start putting it in the bins we have at the farm. So yeah, that actually read perfect. We didn't get docked hardly at all, so we're pretty much got the green light to go ahead and store these at the facility at home. So nonetheless, we're going to head back. We're going to try to finish up this field and then hopefully get the combine down to the dealership. We're back in the field, and I'm super happy that actually went according, because that would have been an entire headache if not. So I think we're going to go ahead, hop back up in the Fendt, and then get back rolling in the field. So when we got back up here, it looks like the monitor's throwing a bunch of error codes. Yeah, it's throwing quite a few error codes, so I think we're gonna have to call Fendt and get them out here to take a look at. Well, finally, the Fendt guy has arrived. He is gonna be up in the cab here in a minute and diagnosing all our problems. He did say they have been having the same problem that I have been having, which is not good, of course, and that it's probably going to take 4 or 5 hours, so that's super unfortunate. We'll probably be down the rest of the day unless we want to run in the night. And with that being said, I guess we can go pull the tillage tool out and start disking a little bit, or at least look over it and prep for disking. Alright, so we drove the truck over here, and now we've got our Landau and our other Fendt tractor, and we're going to head back to the field and just see that everything goes as smoothly as possible, because we have yet to use this. Alright, so we hopped out of this thing for a minute, and I think we just have to take a look at this, because this thing is absolutely massive. The Landau 7431 is a complete beast. Everything we read about it in the catalog seems to hold true, and honestly, I can't wait to use this thing. With that being said, we're going to go ahead, jump up in the tractor, and get a little disking done. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that thing absolutely rips. This Landau might be the best thing we've ever purchased. I mean, the speed we can get this at and how fast we can get this done, this is incredible. With that being said, I've got a couple of bills to go pay, so I think we are going to go ahead and run up to the office and pay a few bills. Thank you guys so much for watching another video. It means a lot to me that everybody is liking, subscribing, and commenting on all these videos. The interaction has been really, really, really great. We recently actually just hit over 500 subscribers, and you know, I can't believe it. So keep up the love, make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one.